Hey y'all, and welcome to the Southland Piper. I'm your host Tim. Hope you're doing well today. Stoving tobacco. This is not new. A lot of people have videos out there showing how they stove tobacco at home. Um, but I thought I would move outside the box on this one a little bit. One of the chief complaints I see, people will lose moisture in their tobacco during that stoving process, and they have to do some rehydrating of the tobacco to correct the moisture. So I was thinking, what could I do to negate that as much as possible? So I don't know how many of you are familiar with the term sous vide. Probably most of you have heard of it. Uh, it translates from French as to under vacuum, but it also refers to a method of cooking. And that's where you seal a item in a vacuum sealer bag and then cook it submerged underwater. Um, so I have a device called an immersion circulator that I can set the temperature very precise on. And so it should work. I don't know why it wouldn't, but anyway, let's turn around to the bench and see what I do to make this happen. Okay, let's take a look at what I'm going to need. I've got a container here that's holding about 10 quarts of water. I've got this is the immersion circulator. This one's by Joule. Um, it sucks the water in at the very base and throws it out here at the top, and there's a heating element in between. And then my tobacco, I recently did a first impression of Rattray's 40 Virginia, and that's what I'm gonna do. I've got about 2 ounces in this vacuum bag. You can see it's very, very thin. I spread it out so we can get good contact with the water, and I'm gonna I'm going to submerge it in there and set the temperature to 190 degrees, and I'm going to shoot for 2 hours and see how that does. All right, got everything set up. Got the camera watching the tobacco here at the side. Got a wooden spoon pushing the bag up against the side. Normally wouldn't do that, but it's just to give us a better chance of seeing a time lapse. Hopefully that will turn out. So here's the app for the Joule. I'll set it at 190 and hit start. All right, it's running. Currently my temperature is at 79 and should start rising here in a minute, but then we'll heat up to 190 for 2 hours. All right, time's up. I can stop the circulator. All right. This water's hot. Had to put the hammer in to help hold it in position. So I'm just slide it up. There we go. Well, I'm gonna let this cool down, and we'll see what we end up with. All right, just turn the power off, and let's open this up. Hot, hot, hot. There's my weight. It's gonna grab the bag. Oh, get some pliers to grab the bag. All righty. Well, I definitely see some darkening of some of the tobacco. All right, gonna let that cool and then compare it with the original blend. Okay, the tobacco has cooled down. Let's get some scissors. Definitely looks like it's darkened up some. It went to a total of about 5 hours actually went in the sous vide, 190 degrees. Well, it doesn't want to come apart for me here. Sometimes you have to cut a little closer. All right. Not cooperating. Hang on for a second. All right, I finally got it apart. Now, it is really sticking down. It really released a lot of oils. A lot of, you see all the oil that's been released right there. Let me, well, maybe I shouldn't have gone so thin on it, but I wanted to make good contact with the heated water. The smell is, oh, it's real nutty. Real nutty. Not getting much cooperation out of my bag. Okay. Yeah, that stuff is just plastered right on there. Wow. Absolutely like a pressed tobacco. Well, let me finish getting this out and I'll be right back. Okay, got the tobacco laid out. On the left here is the Rattray 40 Virginia as it comes out of the tin. It's when you smell it, it's a grassy hay. Got some citrus in it, but it's a very bright smell, a little sharp smell. And then on here on the right is the Rattray 40 Virginia. After I did the sous vide stoving, um, very deep smell now. It's a very much a golden brown toasty marshmallow. Um, very mellow, just smells just very deep, and it smells great. Absolutely smells great. Moisture wise, it is because all the oils that released, it's a little bit more tackier than the original really springs back pretty quick. But you can sometimes I get it to stick on me a little bit. It's a little tacky, but like I said, that's because it released all those oils. But I wish you guys could absolutely smell this stuff. It smells phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Uh, so let's. What I'm gonna do is get a couple of my Savinelli 320 pipes. So I'll be using identical pipes, and I'm going to compare the two and see how the sous vide stoved tobacco changed. As I said earlier, put this the Rattray's 40 Virginia. This is the original blend. This is in my Savinelli 320 Oscar Dry. And then I have the stoved tobacco in this 320 Champagne. We're going to light up the original blend first. Well, there we go. Still a lot of burley. Not getting quite as much sweetness as I did out of my meerschaum pipe. Grass. Oh, hey. Pretty much the other than the sweetness, pretty much the same as when I gave my first impression a couple of videos back. Seems like it did smoke a little sweeter in my meerschaum. Pretty much the same. Reminds me a lot of a codger blend. Okay, let's do a light up on the stoved 40 Virginia. Lighter's not cooperating. Yeah, lost my there it is. Lost my tamper. Put it in my lap. Definitely more mellow. Even so, that toasted marshmallow that I mentioned earlier in the smell. That's the predominant thing I'm getting. I'm not getting as much of the grass and the hay. Let me smoke this down a little bit and I'll get back with you. Welcome back. A little over half the bowl uh, down on the stove, 40 Virginia. Went around half on the original blend as well. My the toasted marshmallow has kind of gone to a more of a caramel, but not overly sweet. Um, the mouth feel is interesting. It's got a fuller, smoother mouthfeel. It's almost like a chew that the smoke now has. The smoke from the original blend is a little thinner and just doesn't have that full body chew. Um, the original blend is still staying in the neighborhood of a grassy hay like. And this one's gone more, like I said, it's the toasted marshmallow caramel, and then of course the way it changed the mouthfeel. But been an interesting experiment. I think I will try it again in the future. Um, Play around with temperature and time. Um, the immersion circulator that you use in sous vide. I mean, I've done um, 72 hours on cooking some meat, so they're made to go long periods of time. I don't know that I don't would never do that with tobacco, but it you can do a there's a wide range of things that you could try, and I found this to be very interesting, and we'll do it again. But I hope you've enjoyed this little experiment that I had, and I think I'm gonna score it a good success. Um, the tobacco, to me, the tobacco is much improved. Um, I think I gave a B minus earlier to the in my previous video. I think that's what I gave. I'd have to go back and look, but this is up at the A minus level. It's really nice. So thank you for sharing your time with me today, and hope to see you soon. Bye.